Hello everyone, this is Crystal, and today I have something very special to share with you. I know that I have been promising to create a digital printable for you as a giveaway for far too long, but I finally have it done and ready for you. So this is the digital printable that I created. It's specifically for pocket pages, but obviously you can use it in any kind of documenting that you choose to. There are 3 4x6 cards and 4 3x4 cards, along with a whole bunch of labels, some circle embellishments, and some banners as well. So I have to say, I am definitely not a graphic designer. This is not something that I normally do, but I had a ton of fun creating these. I really hope that you enjoy them and will get some use out of them. So I will have the link to download these below in the description box. So I'm gonna go away and cut these up and then use them to document my week 11 in my Project Life album. Okay, so I have everything trimmed out and I have my photos ready to go. I should mention that the cards in this printable are sized to 3x4 and 4x6. So the 4x6 should fit in your pockets just fine, but because these are a true 3x4, you may have to trim down the sides just a little bit depending on what pockets you're using. I know some pockets are slightly smaller than 3 inches wide, so you may just have to trim them down. Which shouldn't be a big deal. Nothing is too close to the edge. None of the graphics are too close to the edge, so you should be able to trim them down just fine. And then I used just my scissors to cut out the labels and the banners, and the circles should fit a 1-inch paper punch or hole punch. That's what I used for mine. Okay, so I have my photos laid out, and I've chosen what cards I want to go with which photos, and you can see I didn't have a 4x6 photo this week, so I ended up cutting that rainbow 4x6 card in half, and that way I can fill in the 2 sides of the 4x6 slots, the pockets, with the 3x4 photos, and then those rainbow cards. And then I really like how that kind of spreads all of those colors across the entire page as well. So I had printed my photos with a white border. When I first trimmed them out, I left a white border, but they didn't quite fit on the cards that way. So I went through and just trimmed off all of the white borders from all of the little square photos. I print all of my square photos 2.5 by 2.5, and then with the white border, they end up being slightly larger than that, but for these cards, it worked best to trim that off. So I went ahead and did that, and then I knew I wanted to use lots of labels like I usually do, and since I had lots of labels included in this printable, I decided to just kind of add one to each photo or each card, and I was just trying to kind of spread the color around and make sure I wasn't using the same color label on a card of that color. But then when I went through to put all of these little circle embellishments down, I realized I was going to have to do some shuffling to get the colors balanced the way I wanted them to be. So I spend a little bit of time just moving labels around to get the colors balanced and to get the look that I'm going for. I don't want, the same color label and the same color circle on the card with that color. I'm just trying to get a really good balance of color across the page. And there are lots of repeated elements in this printable set, like the coffee cup and the rainbow and the heart, and that doesn't bother me. I kind of like having that repetition across my page. I'm going to end up adding all the rainbows onto this page because, I just felt like it needed some rainbows and happiness. So you can see me struggling right now with that 4x6 card. I at first thought I would just make it a filler card, just kind of layer up some of the embellishments from the kit, or from the printable. But I decided that I really needed a larger place for journaling. So I moved one of the square photos down to that 4x6 pocket, and I'm going to use the tomorrow card to add my journaling here in a little bit. So that way I have a bit more space for journaling, and it won't look quite so awkward just kind of sitting on that 4x6 card, which would have been my other option. Okay, so I think I'm ready to start actually committing to some of these decisions. I'm going to go ahead and glue down some of my photos and some of the embellishments I've chosen because I like where they are. I like the way they look, And I'm not going to add any of my journaling just yet. I'll come back and do that off camera. It took me a while just to handwrite on all of those labels, and then I used my typewriter to type up the longer journaling on that tomorrow card. So, but I don't do that yet. I'll come back and do that here in just a minute. Right now I'm just going through and adhering all of these little things down. I have a photo of the book I was reading and a cup of coffee, which has been my morning routine to sit down with my coffee and a book. And I've been really enjoying that time to just kind of start my morning on the right foot, I guess, with some quiet time, some introspection time. So that is the first photo, and then I have a photo of my class, which has since gone live at Big Picture Classes. I have that link below if you're curious about it, but it's a class about how to put DIY stash kits together and how to use them. And then this photo is just of kind of one of my morning routines. I take a multivitamin and an allergy pill and some CBD oil in the morning, and it was something that I hadn't documented yet this year, and it's something I do every day. And especially right now, I'm being more vigilant to make sure that I take those vitamins and the CBD every day, because it really does help my anxiety. And then also, of course, the vitamins help me stay healthy in these scary times. So I wanted to make sure I documented that, and this seemed like as good a time as any to do that. And then the photo I'm working on right now is of my cat Scrunchy. She was sleeping on the back of our couch in the sunlight, and she just looked super cute. So I took a photo of her. And then this last photo is of Jesse. He was working from home, which this was the first week he spent more time working from home. And he actually snapped that selfie of him and Scrunchy cuddled on the couch while he was working, which I thought was also super cute. So added that in, and you can see I ran out of tape runner. My tape ran out, and I couldn't find my other one, so I ended up just going with some double-sided tape, which is not my favorite thing in the world to use, but I have it, and it's not like I can just run out to the store and grab some more tape runner right now. So yeah, so I'm using what I have and making do. Okay, so I'm just adding another label here and another banner, and I think then I'm going to work on my title card after this. So the title card has the week and the number symbol already built into it. I just have to find a way to add the actual week number and then to add the dates. Oh yes, I'm working on that 4x6 card. I did decide to go ahead and adhere down that photo, but I'm going to leave the embellishing of this card until a bit later. I couldn't quite decide. I really wanted to just include all the things, and that was kind of throwing me off and making it difficult for me to try and get a good balance of stuff on this card. So I try here, and it's too much. I'm trying to add too much, so I of course add more, and it's just not working. So I'm going to think about that one for a minute before I finish it and work on my title card. So I have these super old Studio Calico number stickers, and I'm just going to use those to add number 11 to this card. And then I'm going to grab my date stamp. I chose to use my Heidi Swap date stamp. It has the cursive months on it. So I'm just finding the right dates, since it had been a while since I used this one, and making sure that they fit in that label. And then I was super careful to ink it up well and make sure it's stamped well, and tried to get it lined up, and it's totally crooked. So I did not get it straight at all, but I'm just going to go with it, because what else are you going to do? I'm going to stamp the other one down, and then I'm going to grab a black pen and just add a little line between them. I probably should have just stamped them on top of each other. They take up pretty much that entire label this way, but yeah, oh well, it's fine the way it is. So I thought that this card needed a little something else. I tried adding a circle or a label, but it was not really working. So instead I grabbed this sheet of puffy heart stickers. These are from Citrus Twist Kits. They're from an older kit, and I had pulled them out for a DIY kit that I had used a few weeks back in my Project Life album. So they were sitting out, and the colors worked pretty much perfectly with this printable. So I went ahead and grabbed those, and I'm going to add 2 to the title card, and then I'm going to go through and add 1 to pretty much every card on this page. I love these puffy hearts, and the colors were just so perfect that I thought, why not just use them? And that way it adds a little bit more dimension, a little bit of a different texture to the page, and then everything doesn't feel so flat, which is one of the things that it's not that it bothers me, but something that I keep in mind when I'm using a digital printable. Things can start to look very flat for me, and I feel like it always needs something else. So having little embellishments like this in your stash to add to printable or hybrid pages just gives those pages a little something extra, and I think it kind of helps them not feel so one-dimensional. Okay, so I've added little heart stickers to all of the pages, and now I'm going to finally finish up this last card. I've chosen just 1 label and 1 circle, and then I will add the other banner. There are 3 banners on this printable, and I only had 2 of them on the page so far. So I'm going to go ahead and add this 3rd one. I liked the contrast that that dark pink had with the lighter pink hex grid paper or card. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, and then of course I'm going to add a couple puffy heart stickers to this one too, because I just can't resist, and I take some time to find just the right one from all of these different colors. I end up going with a kind of orangey yellow one, and then I decide to add another one to the top here, and I'm going to end up going with a teal one, I believe, kind of a darker teal blue to kind of bring that color across the page to this bottom card. And then I am going to go away and do all of my journaling, and then I'll be right back with all the journaling done. Here it is. So I used my typewriter to type up just a few lines on that yellow card, and I totally forgot to leave room for that rainbow circle. So to make it fit on the page, I'm just going to fussy cut out the rainbow. So I just grabbed my detail scissors, and I'm just going to fussy cut around the rainbow, and then it will fit between the title on that card and my journaling. I do have to use the double-sided tape to get that stuck down, and that was a bit of a pain to get done, so I don't make you watch me try and struggle with that. And then to finish off the whole page, I'm just going to come in with some staples because I can't resist putting a staple through a puppy sticker. So I'm going to add a few staples around the page. Again, this just adds another texture and a little bit of bling as well, since I'm using my gold staples. Okay, so that's it for this page. Don't forget to pick up the printable. It'll be linked in the description box below. I hope that you enjoy the printable. I hope that you get some use out of it, and I would love for you to tag me if you do use it and you share online, whether it's on Instagram or on YouTube or on your blog. Please email me if you have to let me know that you've used it. I'd love to see what you come up with in using this printable. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all back here soon.